Good afternoon and welcome to From the Hill. I'm your host, State Representative Jim Arcero. This is a very exciting time of the year for myself and my campaign team and my partners, the Lowell Sun and the U.S. Marine Corps, as we work for our 5th annual Toys for Tots Sun Santa Fundraiser, which is coming up just around the corner a couple of weeks from now, December 4th at 6 p.m. at the Franco-American Club. Today on my show, as I traditionally do, I have one of our partners from the Sun Santa group, but also the managing editor for the Lowell Sun, Tom Zupa. Tom, thanks for coming on.
Jim, thanks for having me on as always.
This is great. This is a very exciting time for us. We have our annual show where we promote and talk about the great things that the Sun Santa program provides for children in Greater Lowell and the region, as well as the the Toys for Tots program, partnering with the U.S. Marine Corps, and this program that they have in 50 states across the nation. Their headquarters is in Virginia, and this program reaches over 700 cities and towns throughout the nation. It's a very something that is very fulfilling to be part of. It's an exciting thing. It's just wonderful to see all of these toys coming into our event to be shipped off to needy families throughout Greater Lowell and throughout the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. But one of the programs that I've had the great opportunity to work on is the Sun Santa program. And Tom, you've been my sort of liaison, I guess, if you will, for the Sun Santa program for the Lowell Sun. Talk to me a little bit about, for the viewers at home, what the Sun Santa program's all about.
Well, Sun Santa was founded in 1989, so we're actually in our 26th year. Started out very small, and what we've done over the years is grow it to the point where we're helping 2,000 families in Greater Lowell a year. That includes about 4,000 children. So we'll accept donations, and those donations are then turned into vouchers that families can use for a Christmas meal, and for the children, a voucher for a toy or a piece of clothing that they can redeem at local stores. So we've got some great partners in the community that we've developed over the years that accept these vouchers, and it makes it a little bit brighter. You know, Christmas, there's a lot of families struggling for a variety of reasons. You know, it's not simply a poverty situation. It might be a case where someone's lost a job. There's been a catastrophic illness in the family where a family member has to now stay with that person. They have to give up their job, so it might not only be the one income, it might be a second income or going from a full-time job to a part-time job. The bills don't go away when that happens, so we're just hoping to, in a small way, to bridge that gap and help out around Christmas time.
Now, especially because the Sun's reach is you also connected with the Fitchburg Sentinel as well.
Right.
And I believe the Fitchburg Sentinel has a
similar
program.
Right.
Now, your reach obviously hits all the suburbs, and I think one of the questions that some folks will ask me is, okay, the Sun Santa program, well, how does that benefit just children and families in the city, in urban environments, but really, as we know, poverty and difficult economic circumstances doesn't stop at the border. Isn't that correct?
Right. That's it. It knows no bounds. So while the bulk of our service area is in Lowell for Sun Santa, we serve 20 communities, and there is poverty in every one of those communities that you might not think about. For example, in Westford, 2% of the people who live in town live below the poverty line. That includes children. So there's some need out there for a helping hand around Christmas time. We've talked before how you don't know what happens behind someone's closed door.
Certainly.
So, somebody who might have fallen on hard times that the general public might not know about, this is their way of just, again, having a little brighter Christmas. So even though the bulk of our donations come from Lowell, they also come from the surrounding communities. The bulk of our service is in Lowell, but it's also those other 19 communities as well. And we don't turn anybody away.
Now, I think it was in 2003, actually probably a little bit earlier, probably 1999, I started to understand a little bit about the Sun Santa program and the Toys for Tots program because Senator Pangiatakis, who I used to work for, who's a state senator who represented Westford, he used to have a very successful fundraiser in Lowell, which was a combination of the Sun Santa Fund fundraiser and bringing an unwrapped toy for the Toys for Tots program, and there'd actually be U.S. Marines, like there will be at our event on December 4th at 6 o'clock at the Franco-American Club. I have to keep plugging this. And essentially they'll be there to collect the toys. So taking that blueprint when I became state representative in 2009 and sworn in, I think our first event was 2010. It's been very successful.
Yeah, you've actually become one of the largest one-night events that we've had. I know there's a little rivalry between you and the former senator to see who can maybe raise a little more money, because his event at the Blue Shamrock is also ongoing. But we also got another great partner in Senator Eileen Donahue, who also has her event as well. So it's great to see these events sort of grow and prosper. We sort of jokingly call your Sun Santa West because we had such a tradition in the city.
Exactly.
Nice to see the suburbs become part of that as well.
No, it's been a lot of fun.
Right.
Essentially, one thing about I think elected politics is a necessary evil is always raising money and raising money for your campaign. This is an opportunity for me, my goodness, to raise money for children in Greater Lowell and to help the holiday season be a little bit brighter for families as well. And just to see, all the children that come from families that are helping out at the event, put all the toys in the corner we have three Christmas trees at the Franco-American Club in different particular areas. There's hundreds upon hundreds of toys. In 2013, we actually raised almost $14,000 in money donations to Sun Santa, but I think the estimation was $8,000 to $10,000 in toys that were at the event as well.
It's been a very fun event. Anybody that hasn't been there the last couple of years, you should absolutely get over there in the night. I think we ask that you bring an unwrapped toy for Toys for Tots or a cash donation for Sun Santa. Either or is absolutely acceptable. It's a great evening. It's a lot of fun, and it's a really interesting bunch of people that you tend to bring together. Well, it's one of those nights where politics doesn't matter, which is always great, and it's a whole cross section of people in your district and even beyond.
It is great to I think last year. State Treasurer candidate Deb Goldberg was there. She's slated to come back again this year. District Attorney Marion Ryan had stopped in, plus a number of legislators from the Greater Lowell and the Metro West area had stopped by. WCAP, everybody gets it, is from Lowell, but they cover the Merrimack Valley, and their reach is pretty far, actually. It's all the way out to our area, to Littleton and beyond. They will be there live, to add some Christmas music as well as some live interviews with folks that made the event happen.
Yeah, it's been a fun night every night that we've been.
And I have to give a shout out to my friend Nancy Cook, who has been absolutely fantastic. She is one of them, basically my co-chair of this event, and she, as they say, they say she's the straw that stirs the drink for this event. She does a wonderful job. Nancy, I hope you're listening and watching, because you are awesome and you do a fantastic job.
And the thing about Nancy is she's a wonderful person, but she's a very hard person to say no to.
Oh, for sure.
And she is just, she's one of those people who really likes to do positive things in the community. And I've known Nancy for many years as well, and you're right, she is a real part of anything in the Westford community that makes it grow. Well,
so I'll sort of, for the viewers at home, take you through how this process starts. We start with sending a letter out to past contributors to the Sun Santa Fund, and our invitations go out to, we have a pretty good list, a list of over 2,000 people that we send out. But we also, you're going to be getting a robocall from me, folks, back at home. And I didn't do one during the election, and nor do I usually do one, but I do one every holiday season, and essentially to remind you about how important this event is for children from the area and how important it is for you to contribute either an unwrapped gift or we say a minimum donation of $25 to Sun Santa, but there's never really a price, a limit at all. I mean, excuse me, a minimum amount.
Absolutely not. We have a wide range of people who donate. We have a lot of school children who donate. Matter of fact, some preschools in Chelmsford have been very wonderful over the years, having their preschoolers bring in their dimes and quarters, and people may not realize that probably 2/3 of our donations are under $100 and probably half are under $50. So we get $5, $10 donations. Every donation helps a little.
Right. So take me through the process. So if I wanted to donate $5 online
Right.
to Sun Santa.
Right. There's a lot of different ways to
Sure.
donate. For example, you can go on lowellsun.com/sunsanta. We have a PayPal account. That's popular. We have forms that run in the newspaper daily that you can also fill out a form. You can and just provide us your information. You're allowed a little holiday greeting or a remembrance of a loved one. We do recognize every single donor in print. So that will be recognized with a thank you. Any other organization that wants to donate, if you're a business that donates $500 or more, you can have a picture taken and placed in the paper. Any school that wants to get involved throughout our readership area, we're happy to come and take a photo for any donation that you'd like to make. So, and that's a big part of it. So it's that, you might get those big donations, but it's the small ones that really add up over the course of time. So anyone can donate. Again, check money. We'll also take cash. I can actually get into this a little bit. You might see these Sun Santa canisters that are out in the communities. Basically, spare change, and that adds up fairly quickly as well. Anybody that would like to donate any change to Sun Santa, that's appreciated. Any business that would like to donate, contact us as well. We'd be happy to bring one of these out to you, and then come pick them up toward the tail end of the Sun Santa season, and that's always appreciated. It's no obligation other than the can. So
it's absolutely fantastic. I know Paul's Diner and
Right.
a lot of eateries around the area have the little change box for the Sun
Right.
Santa,
Right.
and a lot of businesses throughout Westford and Littleton and Chelmsford and the greater Lowell area, Tom, as well, have the toy box
Right.
for the Toys for Tots. And I want to give a shout out to the Westford Police and the Westford Police Association for stepping up every year to help with Toys for Tots. If you drive by the Westford Police Station, you'll see the Toys for Tots sign, and they have a drop-off box right inside.
Right, and I think for the most part, most public service departments in all of our communities are drop-off points. So,
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of ways that you can donate to just the general Toys for Tots campaign. It doesn't have to be at our event as much as we'd like it to be.
And if you would like, please, contact the Lowell Sun or contact my office if you're interested, or call Westford Cat if you're interested in having a box from the Toys for Tots program at your business or at your establishment. I know a number of the banks, Enterprise Bank being one of them, usually has a very robust box full of things that are bursting at the seams every year for toys, and as well as the Sun Santa change box.
Right. Matter of fact, all 22 Enterprise Bank outlets this year will have Sun Santa, and they've been growing their footprint over the last few years, so that's been a really positive thing for us as well.
Now, there's going to be a lot of raffle items that are going to be available that night to raise more money. This particular year, we have some interesting ones with, Bamboo is going to be the restaurant, very popular restaurant in Westford, Yangtze River in Littleton. I know Vivo Cucina and Burton's Grill have all agreed to put together, gift certificates or gift baskets. One of the other interesting is the Gun Owners Action League, which is essentially Massachusetts NRA, is going to be donating a free instruction of pistol shooting instruction along with a gift basket. We have gift baskets for handiwork, handyman work and construction on house, your housework, etc. So that should be very interesting as well as Red Sox, Bruins, and Celtics tickets. So it's going to be a very fun and interesting night, and there's going to be so many auction items to look at, Tom, and I look forward to it.
It's always a great night.
Now, there's also businesses in the area have a lot to do with our fundraising as well. You had an announcement about a business that is going to be contributing this year to the Westford Sun Santa and the Greater Lowell Sun Santa.
Right. I actually told you this as well. Breaking news on
Breaking
this
news
show.
on the show. Okay.
Breaking news. We have a lot of corporate sponsorship over these. For example, there's a tech company in Bedford called Kofax. They've come forward. Very generous donation every year. A lot of big and small companies. Just this morning before I came over here, we met with a gentleman named Paul Slattery, who is the owner of Ducan Brewery. It's a small microbrewery in Lowell. They launched a very popular seasonal beer called Winter Warmer last holiday season. Paul told us that he is going to be donating all of the proceeds, not the profits, but the proceeds from his winter warmer batches this year to Sun Santa. So that's available at a lot of the Lowell area pubs and restaurants. It's also for sale at liquor stores. He mentioned Craft Beer Cellar in Westford and the Cork and Barrel in Chelmsford as two out this way that people can go. But if you go and you buy winter warmer, all of that money is going to the Sun Santa, which is just a great.
Oh, that is fantastic.
A completely,
Fantastic
a completely
news.
different way of raising money for Sun Santa. So
that is fantastic and wonderful. And see,
Yeah.
that's the momentum we're certainly building. And that's the great partnerships that we've had with the Sun and with the Toys for Tots program. And it's really gratifying to see all the folks that came. Last year we had, Tom, I think almost 400 people that came through the doors of the Franco-American Club. Folks that I've never met before, you had never met before. A lot of the people that are involved in town, they showed up and dropped off a check for the Sun Santa Fund or came by with an unwrapped toy. And I know there's going to be a lot of members from Chelmsford, Littleton, and Westford that are involved. Not only as community activists, but also veterans too. They're going to be coming to have a presence and to guard the presence, if you will, at the Christmas trees, and it's going to be exciting.
Well, I'm glad you brought up veterans because that's another little announcement that we have. We're sort of expanding our mission a little this year. It was decided that we're going to do some outreach to veterans to see if there might be veterans out who might also need a helping hand. As I mentioned earlier, that family voucher includes $25 for a toy or clothing. So we're going to be reaching out to the veterans agents in our community next week to identify select people who might be needing just a hand. Because as you know very well, veterans are the first people to put their hand up to assist and the last people to seek help.
Certainly.
So we have a feeling that there are a lot of veterans in our readership area who need help but won't ask for it. So we're going to seek them out a little this year. It's a little experiment. We're going to see how well that goes. But those calls are actually going to start going out next week. We're going to be working with some of the veterans agents.
Now, the Sun Santa program for the viewers at home, and we've touched a little bit about it, certainly when money is raised, it's administered through community teamwork? Is that one of them?
No, we actually administer the money. It's
Okay.
part of what we're doing. We have set up a fund. It's been in existence for 26 years. That money is managed by the Sun, but it's a nonprofit.
Sure.
So all the money that goes in, I think it's around 95% of that money that comes in goes back out to the needy. The 5% is for our cans, for our these are the new table toppers we're having this year. We're going to ask for some restaurants to go out and put all you have to do is put them on your tabletop. It has the history of Sun Santa, some information, solicits donations, and small items like that, and basically a small stipend for the people who are working behind the scenes on this. So it's local money. It stays local.
So how does our competition look this year with other Sun Santa, I would say, organizers?
Well, you're the leader in the clubhouse right now, so I mean, I guess those are the three big ones. There's also some other great events that happen in the community that I want to acknowledge. There's a family that has, for the last 7 years in Drake, they've put together their party. They raise a few $1,000s every year, and they have it at the Polish American Club in Lowell. There's also the Patriot Dart League. There's a lot of dart players out there. They're going to have that event. I don't have the date on that yet, but they do a huge fundraiser, which is a couple hundred people throwing darts for Sun Santa. So, you talk about the beer, the darts. There's different. there's just kind of different ways of people find their own way to raise money.
I'm interested in that winter warmer beer. What is that? Is that like
it's a winter brew?
Okay, it's a craft beer.
Yeah, they
don't call them microbrew anymore, folks. It's craft beer now.
Right.
I'm sorry.
But again, this is like Sam Adams does their summer ale and their winter whatever, and this is a beer they had come up with.
Okay,
so
interesting.
And they said they rolled it out last year. They had a lot of success, and this is where Paul Slattery decided he wanted to make his mark.
I think it's so interesting because every year we've grown.
Yeah.
Every year there's been new contributors, new businesses, new corporate partners.
It's just amazing how people will find a way to get involved.
Now, were you involved with the Sun when they kicked off the first Sun Santa?
Actually, no. I joined the Sun in 1995. This has been going on since '89, and my involvement started just sort of as one of the editors in the newsroom who make sure things get into the paper. There was a lot to this. Acknowledging every name, making sure every name gets in the paper, every photo gets taken. So there's sort of just an administrative thing that fell into my lap, and my role's grown a little bit over the years. I'm not doing the bulk of the work. That's our elves, as I call them, but. It's just been a fun thing to get involved in.
Have you seen it grow tremendously every year?
Yeah, I mean, I can think back to the day. I forget what we raised the first year, but it was low 5 digits.
Wow.
And now we're 2013 campaign, we raised $260,000.
Oh my goodness.
And we totaled it up. It's about $3.5 million over 25 years, which is a lot.
That
of
is
money.
wonderful.
It's a lot of money. And again, it grew small. It's you gain that traction over the first few years to gain credibility, and people see it work. To me, one of the best things about this is we get donations from people we've helped in the past, who, that was the Christmas that they didn't want to face, having nothing under the Christmas tree.
Of course.
And that generosity that we paid back, gets paid back in spades years later. And that's always been especially rewarding, that you did help somebody get over the hump.
Now, when did Lowell General Hospital, for all the viewers at home, they probably read it in the Sun, and heard about it from word of mouth, et cetera, does a tremendous fundraiser for the Sun Santa. And I think last year, was it over 100,000?
Right. What they did 17 years ago, the employees at Lowell General Hospital decided to make gift baskets, much like the gift baskets you're doing. But over the course of years, it's gotten very competitive. So each department or each group of employees, they've tried to outdo each other to the point that these are really gift bags on steroids. They've had 60-inch TVs, snow blowers. I mean, just these incredible gift packages that they've raffled. They set them up in the lobby. I think it's the 8th to the 18th this year. There's a few days they're at the Saints campus, and then they go to the Lowell General campus. They're so big they're not that portable.
Sure.
We'd love to get them into the new Westford site for Lowell General, for Circle Health. They're just not that portable.
Yeah.
So,
it's impressive.
Yeah.
It's really impressive. If you've seen, some of the things they raffle off. I mean, my goodness, I don't even know how they could make that a raffle item. It's just, it's. Yeah. I think they had a car once, didn't they? Right. They had donated a car, like you said, a snowblower.
Right. The tickets are $20 for $5, and you can pick whatever you want to put your tickets in, and they have the drawing this year. It's on the 18th. Last year, the raffle alone raised a little over $54,000, which is then matched by the hospital foundation. So that was $109,000, and that was a new record.
Wow.
For Sunset. They're our big sponsor, and it's been, they've been a wonderful partner in this. And when you do that alone, just from the employees who are donating large items to the people who just go through the hospital who take a chance, it's just been exponential over the years, and that's a large part of our $260,000. But again, it's the $5, the $10, the $25 donations that really also that's a large piece of it as well.
Certainly. Well, we are coming close to the end of our show for this season, but hopefully this will be playing quite a bit up until December 4th. So we are very excited. The Sun Santa Fund, as well as the Marines Toys for Tots program, we're partnering again this year, and our event is going to be December 4th at 6 p.m. at the Franco-American Club. Again, WCAP will be there listening live and broadcasting live from the Franco-American Club. We're going to have just a tremendous outpouring of support from the community. We anticipating of having over 300 individuals come through the doors again. Remember to stop by and bring an unwrapped gift. There's actually going to be no limit to, no minimum limit actually to how much you can donate to the Sun Santa program. And Tom, what was the website again for the Sun Santa program if you'd like to donate online? Yeah,
you can donate to lowellsun.com/sunsanta. If you would like more information about Sun Santa, we now have a Facebook page. That's one of our new things this year. Just look for the Sun Santa Fund on Facebook, and we'll be updating constantly with information about Jim's party and all the other donations that we have, and again, new ways to help out the Sun Santa Fund.
Well, Tom, I want to thank you for coming on the show as always. It's been a great tradition for us to talk a little bit about this really exciting night we have on December 4th.
Well, thank you for organizing it.
Well, I appreciate you coming in, and we're going to be working together along with the U.S. Marine Corps up until December 4th and beyond to make the families from Greater Lowell and people that are struggling a little bit this holiday season have a little bit brighter of a Christmas and a holiday season as well.
Agreed. Thank you.
Well, thank you. My office hours are going to be posted in the Westford Eagle, the Chelmsford Independent, the Littleton Independent, the Westford Patch, and the Westford Template. And I look forward to seeing folks at 6 p.m. December 4th for the Sun Santa and Toys for Tots program. Thank you for tuning in this holiday season, and I look forward to seeing you next time.